Okay, welcome back. It is day 150 four, I think. Um I think maybe it's five. Um Coding every day. So, today it's 10:30 right now. I did a little linear algebra today. I woke up really late today, to be honest. I haven't really recovered my sleep since the computer architecture presentation where I stayed up all night into Wednesday. So so that's that. But I mean, last video I said like I don't know really what to work on coding wise. I mean these next 2 weeks are going to be. I need to focus these 2 weeks mainly on linear algebra number one, but also my computer system principles class. So like I'll probably be doing that project here and there, but it's not like I want to be coding a lot this month basically, leading up to the research this summer. Um, and honestly, it's probably going to be a lot of excuse me, Python. Maybe I don't know if there's any embedded stuff that we're doing, but I know it'll at least be Python. Um, so I want to start a new personal project. I don't know if it will be Python. I don't know what I want to do, and so I thought that'd be kind of the point of this video. I think maybe we'll do LeetCode to get the coding done. I don't know. I just said coding. It's coding. Part of the video, and then we just work on trying to figure out something to actually do for a project over the next month and probably into the summer. And also, if okay, so I talked about a few days ago. I talked with this startup um, that my friend referred me for. It's just a few freshmen over at um, University of Austin, um, and they are doing some healthcare thing. And so, I mean, here's the thing. Number one, I don't know if that'll go anywhere. I'm waiting. I'm just gonna wait on what they have ideas for and what they want to ask of me and stuff like that. I'm not really gonna be taking any initiative there, because it's their idea. So if they don't reach out again, I don't, care too much. I assume they will after finals, but um, the reason I'm saying this is because I mean I always thought it would be cool, and especially with how bad the job market is, and knowing I didn't even get an internship for this summer, it was just the research. Um, you know, getting like potentially working on a project with not just the aim of working on a skill that I want to enhance or a topic I want to learn, but maybe going down that path of a startup, um, or something, a software that would fill a niche or a want in some type of community or business or whatever it may be, um, and just see how that goes. You know, um, like a lot of thought needs to go behind that because I was actually, if I move this to the side and open up here, this app. No, sorry, I need this app here, Quibbly or whatever, that I use to keep track of my tasks and you know keep notes of things was actually originally supposed to be um, a startup or whatever. That was what I wanted to do. But this doesn't fill a niche. There's thousands upon thousands of people that have put task trackers up. And maybe mine catches, a group of a few thousand. But it's like it's not something I don't know, it's not something unique. It's not something I would really care for to maintain and improve and put a lot of time into. It was more so filling a need of my own that I didn't like a lot of the task trackers out there. And so this one's just very easy to make the task that I want. It looks visually appealing, mostly to me. Um, and then somewhere to just write down some quick like notepad notes. There's no like features. I think at some point I might add some features to it, but like it's literally just you can't style the text, you can't do anything except for just write down the text and the title of the document. So it was more so for me, but it'd be cool to actually sit down and make like a business plan, of sorts, and um, see what I'm interested in working in, and then see how that might correlate to some corner of the market. Um, and one of the biggest things that held me back from even trying to do stuff with Quibbly was legal stuff. I'm kind of like really paranoid about that stuff. Um, but I think if now and I've read stuff about like so like the whole point of an LLC, right, is from my point of view, from what I've read, is you get an LLC so that you're personally protected. Let's say something happened, I leaked data because I didn't secure my database for some reason, okay, and I'm now getting sued by a customer because they're like, hey, I whether I like made an announcement, I guess, that like there was an intrusion or someone noticed something or someone got in them. I don't know, like something happens, right, with a privacy thing or something like that. Well, number one, I'm pretty sure you can put something in a terms and conditions like saying you can't sue for that or whatever. I'm not 100% also, so like this is the thing, is that I don't know any of the legal stuff of this, but the whole thing of the LLC is, even if I don't know all that legal stuff, if I do get taken to court, the worst that will happen is like anything in the name of my business, right? Maybe that's just the I don't even think there's any like collateral. I don't know like what I'm pretty sure it's like only what's in the name of the business can be seized or taken from or any of that. So if I have no money from the business, nothing, I don't think they can do anything. But if I don't do an LLC and I did this, I'm pretty sure me personally they could come after, you know, the car under my name or or whatever money I have to my name or stuff like that. So that's the thing that's always like kind of held me back, is not so much the software, the marketing or outreach and stuff like this. It's more so, you know, if I don't, you know, make a secure application, or don't follow some rules I don't know about, what's the repercussion of that? So, but I think I should just go in there with a non-worrying mindset, and I'm pretty sure you can register for an LLC for a company in any state. It doesn't have to be your state. So if I do just a cheap state, right, and just get an LLC, um, under the company name, make a business account, and that's that. It shouldn't run me more than $100, and that way it's like just peace of mind. So, but that's even if I plan or I find something I really, if I find something that I want to do, but there is no market for it, it's just gonna be a personal project, right? But if I find something that I want to do, but also I'm like, hey, there's nothing really that good on this market, and it seems like people do want something like this, go for it. Also, the code visualizer application that I worked on a while ago, someone actually who, I've watched a little bit. Actually, I can pull it up. This will be like a longer style video, like my old ones, I guess. Oh, what was his name? It was like Aiden Andrews. I don't think it was Andrews. My Aiden Hackathon. Yeah, it was Aiden Andrews. Okay. This guy. I've watched him quite a bit, but he just did this. So my whole um 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 um, um if I go I don't think I have it on this computer. Um Actually, you know what I can do is go to my own channel and go back. quite a bit. This videos, yeah. Should be in one of my titles. Ah, if we go back here, so right here, this is my code visualizer app. Um, oh, let me make sure I don't leak anything there. Ah, I'm good. Um, yeah, so did I really exit out of his thing? Aiden, Andrew, YT. So he did this like hackathon, and he made um this platform uh that literally kind of does a lot better than my idea, I'll admit. But like, so it looks like a ChatGPT type of thing, right? And you say, help me find blah 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 blah, and it makes a full video using Manum. And he also did like, I mean, if you listen to it, it also has like speech over it, right? Explaining what's happening visually. Now, I'm sure this isn't perfect. I'm sure he still has a lot of stuff he has to work on with it. Just like I mean, he got obviously a million times further than I did. I mean, here it was like, um, well, actually, here I was putting in the exact Manum code and having it render. So I think if I go back, um, that was the one I just clicked on, right? What about this one? No, this is working on Quibbly. LeetCode. Oh, I want to find this. This is the one I just clicked on, right? Yeah, it was. Okay. Um. Oh, is it here? Okay, well, you can see. I say visualize this problem in Manum, blah blah blah, and it made some sort of like code generation. His actually is probably for mathematics is probably much easier. Like the LLM probably has a much easier time generating Manum code for mathematics because a lot of it is a lot of the mathematics and LLM like I'm guessing he just has an LLM that's generating a play by play of text and then has like a text to voice reader. It's a lot easier than trying to than like what I was doing with a code visualizer of trying to visualize a like code in a conceptual view, right? Because this is just throwing equations on here and then maybe showing like, you know, the visual of graphing. I don't think it ever does more than that. But anyways, this was what I was working on. This was something because I do think that this is something that there's a hole in the market for. I don't think there is stuff that gives animated visual on it, the snap of your fingers of educational content, right? You have people that have to sit down and make this, and so people will shift through educational content and try to find something that like kind of matches what they want. But if they can create exactly what they want, or if they don't understand anything, generate something, just keep generating until something is created that, you know, they can understand. I don't know. I think that's something that it has a lot of potential. And so you know, it was cool to see him do this. And the thing, I watched his like live stream for a little bit, and I saw him using Manum, which was quite cool. I think it was the other day that I ended up looking at, but yeah, no, it was just cool to see him um do that because it was something that you know, I was working on. So to see the idea kind of realized, is cool. I hope he goes further with it. I hope he actually like tries to make a product or a service out of it. I hadn't watched like the actual live streams. I'm sure he mentioned it, but anyways, I guess let's get a leak code out of the way. And then we can look into, what I want to do the next few weeks or a couple months. Another tree problem, shall I? Easy. Tree. Easy tree. Same tree. Let's go with that. I just spilled water on me. Cool. You're going two roots of P and Q. Write a function to check if they are the same or not. Okay. Um, One thing you can do, I mean, I think the easiest thing I can think of is just doing a depth first search where you in order just return the elements and you pass through both into that function and whatever the result is, you check that, right? So if you just have a depth first search, that takes in obviously a node and then I guess a path, right? Um, if not node, well, we want to return our path. Path plus equals node dot value, and then I mean, yeah, and then just call this twice, DFS on node dot left, and a DFS on node dot right, passing through the path on both. And I don't think this is like, this isn't, I'm okay, I'm pretty sure like this isn't the way that you actually do this, but I think it should still work. I'll explain that if this actually works. And then I want to call res1 is equal to DFS with P and an empty array. And then res2 is equal to a DFS of Q with an empty array. And then if res1 is equal to res2, return true, else return false. In object is not path plus equals node dot val. Oh, yeah. What am I saying? Path dot append node dot val. Oh, if not node, then path dot append what null? None. I mean actually I can just append anything, right? Technically. So I could append 0. I think none is just not correct. What? Wait. Let me see if this is printing off. Print res1 res2. None in none. Okay. Why would that be? Why would that be? Is it because down here I want to return path as well? Okay. Is it? Oh, definitely don't want to do that. It might also be that I have to set path equal to the return value of. There we go. Um, P is this. Okay. What's a? I mean, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. Actually, like this is a horrible solution because there's always a fail case. Ugh. Um. I mean, wait. Actually, I mean, technically, I could append a string, right? I can just append a string. So actually, I'll take it. Um. Any better solutions? If not, P and Q return true. If P and Q equal, return a repeat on both on a left dot right. Otherwise, return false. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Okay, nice. Only other thing is, oh yeah, going to classic mode so I can get it on my GitHub. I need to start doing mediums. It's getting very lopsided on my easy submissions. Ah, nice. Okay, I'll be right back, and then we will look at ideas for a project. Okay, I'm back. Um, okay, so I don't know where to start with this. I guess like the first thing, the first place to start is what do I want to do? What do I want to work on? Um, I do really enjoy making websites. I won't lie. As a career, I'd hate it because it's very slow. I like. I'll restate this. I like the beginnings. I mean, this is with a lot of like just projects in general. I love the beginning. I love seeing something take its first form. But then when you get to the nitty gritties and there's like features that really, need to be sharpened, and then is it too much? Is it too little? This code sucks. Is this kind of slow? Does this look bad? And then you start to overthink everything. That's when it starts getting, and I just hate website stuff. And I imagine at a company, the process would take so long. You're never actually going to see, I shouldn't say you're never going to see the start of something new or work on something new, but it's not the same, right? So that's why like I've always been like against the idea of eventually, like when I start going full time and work, don't really want to be a web developer. Um, Obviously I'd take it over, not being an engineer, um, but um, so I like it, especially for the business idea of a website service. Um, licensing is kind of doesn't sound too appealing to me. Um, now the trade-offs I imagine are something like licensing. You get to deal with companies, um, which is a lot more professional than just random people online. Um, but like at the same time, it's like if you mess up, they have a legal team and they will like probably go after you because they can, right? Not saying they're all malice. They, I would hope that they're not just assholes or whatever. But I feel like legal stuff can be a lot more uptight when just working business to business. When, you know, user facing software services, I feel like especially at a smaller stage might not be in risk of that as much. I don't think the average person is like going around trying to sue small startups. But at the same time, that is probably I know there's like patent trolls they call it or whatever. So I'm sure there's people that like go out there and just prey on inexperienced people in lawsuits, right? Um, licensing also requires cold calling, which I don't like at all. The one time I've ever done a sales proposal was when I sold my website to that gym, um, the gym that I went to, which hopefully it's still up. What was it? Muscleworksgym.com .net. Yeah. So I made this website. And got paid a decent amount of money to make it. I think it's I still think it holds up and looks good. Um, I still don't like this pricing page that I made. It's very repetitive with all these cards. I feel like this design could have been better. Um, but but this like I was definitely nervous to approach. I approached the front desk of the lady that was working there. Um, and she was great, and and then I had a phone call with her husband who owned the place. I mean, they co-owned it, but and that stuff went fine. But I know there's a lot of stuff that would not go fine if I kept doing that. And so just that whole cold calling thing, when I know if I do like a service based thing, I don't have to call anyone. It's just social media marketing and putting posters up at my school. That's also another thing is I could do a school based thing, right? I mean, you know, you look at stuff like, I mean, the cliche example, but like Facebook, right? That was started as a school thing, right? To connect people at just Harvard, right? Um, I know, uh, um, why am I think Aiden, who's commented on some of my videos, and I've commented on some of his live streams. I know I from the few times I've gone into his stuff, who's doing the coding every day series, he made like I'm pretty sure it's a campus food like tracker thing, so students can see easily like what is available at each dining hall for the day. I'm pretty sure, and that's like that's great because then you can go around your school and just put up you know posters with a QR code to the website. Um, that could be nice. So I don't know. Um, I think I do like the idea of the service-based thing and trying to get outreach through like word of mouth and posters and social media and stuff like that. I feel like that's fun marketing instead of cold calls. Just I know I won't do them. I know like if I make a software, I just will end up not doing it. So I think that type of idea is just out the window for me. So I guess the next step is thinking about what kind of software, right? I don't think I can answer this right now, and I won't in this video, but because I want to find the quote unquote hole in the market, or at least not a lot of competition in whatever area I decide to like kind of you know go into, if I decide to do this at all. Um, but I do like tool websites, right? ChatGPT, my task tracking application, like sites that are meant as a tool to get stuff done, right? Those services are cool, which is 90% of the stuff. But I mean, like social media isn't a tool because call it a tool to communicate, but like I feel like it's more like tools and communication are the two sides of stuff. I mean, what else is there? Entertainment, I guess. Um, yeah, maybe those are the three big things. Um, I don't want to go into entertainment. Don't think that. I don't think I want to go into communication stuff. I feel like that requires a lot of regulation and um live service between people, right? Not between software and person, but between software person and person, which I feel like can get like a lot. That's why you see like a lot of like the social applications maybe go down, right? I don't know. I'm just not interested in that either. I'm not trying to mess with any of that. Um, so I know I want it to be in the tool side of things. Um, I mean, there's always also like download like software you download, but I don't know what I'd want to do for that. And I feel like working with the web is so much easier. So unless I have a good idea for something that would be like downloadable. Um, yeah. So I think I am gonna go with a website that's a tool. Um, I guess the big question is it gonna be AI? That's like 90% of startup stuff now, and I don't know. I'm sure there'll be. That's also the other thing is it's so tempting to like add that, even if that's not even the idea of your service. It's so tempting to add that because it's such like a magical thing right now. 1 second, let me check this DM. I actually have to wrap this up right now. So I think I narrowed it down a little bit. So it's going to be a software as a service. That's a tool. I don't know how much narrowing down that is, but something like that. Because I want it to be something that can be easily reached as either, and also this could be as a iPhone, Android app slash website. It could be all three, right? I think the biggest thing is to start as a website and go to application. Um, right? I feel like. So I don't know. I'm gonna put more thought into this because this was just something I thought of today or yesterday. Yesterday I started up a project, but I'm like, why not go all in with like a startup? You know, why not? I'm young. I'm unemployed. Technically, not. I'm unemployed twice over right now, but um, in terms of a tech job, I guess. So yeah. That is all I have for today. I'm probably gonna think about this a lot tonight and then go over it tomorrow, I guess, and maybe I'll start work on it tomorrow. I'm not sure. So, yeah. Um, have a good rest of your day or evening, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 155, I think. All right. Bye.